Good afternoon, basketball fans. Welcome to the final day of high school basketball here in the state of Illinois, as we are coming to you live from Trout Arena on the campus of Centralia High School, where the Orphans welcome in the Fairfield Mules. It's the Orphans at 13-1 against a Mules team that is 17-1. Both teams having outstanding seasons here during this era of pandemic basketball. And it's a game that features two teams that don't normally get to play each other. But in the situation and circumstances that we find themselves in, teams looking for games and unique matchups, we have one this afternoon. And as it works out, it's going to be two outstanding teams working to play each other and try to finish the season on a high note. I'm Randy Olson courtside, along with Ron Stannard, longtime basketball official. He spent 30 years refereeing basketball games all throughout Southern Illinois. In fact, went to the state tournament on 3 different occasions. And he'll be chatting with us here this afternoon and doing the color commentary and the statistical analysis as we bring you this one live and free, no pay-per-view, here on AreaSports.net. We're so glad that you're with us. The games have split so far this afternoon, as the freshman game was won handily by Centralia. However, the Mules bounced back and won the junior varsity contest. Had an 18-point lead that Centralia cut down to 1, only to see the Mules come back and pull it out by 6 points, 51-45. This is going to be a unique matchup today between two teams that have had outstanding years in their conferences, as the Orphans went wire-to-wire undefeated in the South 7 Conference at 10-0, whereas the Mules had a perfect 10-0 season in the Black Diamond Conference. The only loss on the season for the Fairfield Mules is to the Mount Carmel Aces, and the only loss on the season for the Centralia Orphans has been to the Carterville Lions. And we will come back and tell you more about this game and kind of give you some insight on what to expect in today's action from Trout Arena in just a moment. It's the heating season, and Wainwright Propane and Sporting Goods has you covered with fast, reliable propane delivery service for your home or farm. And if you need those propane bottles filled for your grill or camper, Wainwright Propane and Sporting Goods can do it. Looking for a wide selection of guns and ammunition? You'll find it at Wainwright Propane and Sporting Goods. You can even search online through their website at wainwrightpropane.com. And don't forget, they also sell propane grills, smokers, and deep fryers at Wainwright Propane and Sporting Goods.
In today's environment, being able to do all of your banking from home is not only convenient, but a necessity. People's National Bank makes it easy for you to do your banking without actually going to the bank. From online banking, mobile banking, free mobile deposit, to transferring funds and paying bills, it's easy and convenient for you to do your banking all from your mobile phone or computer. Get started by going to peoplesnationalbank.com to sign up for online banking today. People's National Bank, making it easy to bank from anywhere. Member FDIC.
If you're looking for a weekend getaway or a unique vacation out in the wilderness and in a rustic environment, you need to try the Cedar Hill River Cabins. Located along the Ohio River just 5 miles from Elizabethtown, it's a great escape with nature and yet all the comforts of home. The Cedar Hill River Cabins, you got to see them for yourselves. There's 7 different cabins to choose from and everything you need to have a wonderful getaway. Find out more information by going on their website at cedarhillrivercabins.com.
Do your best friend a favor. Take them to Jagger's Doggy Daycare in Mount Vernon. One stop for dog boarding. Don't leave them home alone or trust them with someone you don't even trust. Pamper them with the Doggy Daycare. They do grooming, training, and your doggy will love the sweet treats dog barkery. Bakery. Spoiling your pooch 7 days a week. Jagger's Doggy Daycare. Dog grooming, training, and boarding. 414 Main Street in Mount Vernon. Find them on Facebook or at jaggersdoggydaycare.com.
Welcome back to Trout Arena. Randy Olson along with Ron Standard. Ron, you and I have been looking forward to doing this game, all season, haven't we? When we knew they had it scheduled, we thought, boy, this is going to be a good one. And little did we know that when we reached this day, you would have 2 teams with a combined record of 30-2. 30-2, I'm sorry, go ahead.
30-2, yeah. If there's a silver lining in this crazy season, it's this matchup today that you probably wouldn't get in a normal season.
No, that's exactly right. And again, as we said a minute ago at the top of the show, the Mules ran the table in the Black Diamond, whereas the Orphans ran the table in the South 7. And both teams want to end the season on a positive note. And it's going to be very competitive today.
Absolutely. Everybody, in a normal season, you win your last game of the season, you're either state champs or finished in 3rd place. Mm-hmm. But I guarantee you both these teams want to win this game today. In a normal season, for Fairfield, they had aspirations about maybe being at the State Farm Center today and playing basketball, and Centralia would have another week to go yet in their season to see if they couldn't make it up there themselves.
Yeah, Centralia, a 3A basketball school, of course, with a much larger enrollment. Fairfield, a 2A basketball school. And because they're both in different classes like that, 2A versus 3A, and being in different conferences, it's just a matchup that you would not likely expect to see. However, we mentioned to you during the junior varsity contest that back in the 60s, back when it was a one-class system, Fairfield actually participated in the Centralia Holiday Tournament back in 1965 and 66. They did not play Centralia, but they were in the tournament here. And the tournament at Centralia is a long-standing tradition. In fact, 77 straight years that the Centralia Holiday Tournament was played until this year when COVID interrupted it.
We learned that from a listener today that Fairfield played in that tournament. And we found out from another listener these 2 teams were even in the same conference back in the 1920s.
That's right. Back in the 20s and 30s, both Centralia and Fairfield were members of the North Egypt Conference. So they did play each other way, way back then, but haven't played each other in recent years. But when they did play each other back then in the 30s, that was during the era of Coach Arthur Trout, whom this building is named after. Just like the original Trout Gymnasium was named after Arthur Trout. He is, he is Mr. Basketball when it comes to Illinois high school basketball and certainly Centralia Orphans basketball. The guy accumulated 811 career wins. I mean, I can't even fathom that. 811 wins over a 37-year span.
That's impressive. I was going to say, right off the top of my head, you got to win 20 games for 40 years to get to 800.
Right.
So, but yeah, I know that Coach McElravy, from talking to him 2 weeks ago, when we had their game against Wayne City at home, that he had this circled on the calendar. Him and his team and coaches are looking forward to this game.
Right.
They got one common opponent that I'm aware of in Mount Carmel. And that's the only loss that Fairfield has, correct? To Mount Carmel.
Right, to Mount Carmel.
Centralia beat them, beat Mount Carmel, but they played without their 6'8" Appleby kid that game. So this should be a great matchup.
Yeah, so you kind of have to put an asterisk by it because Centralia did not face Mount Carmel with Appleby. But you never know. They still might have beaten Mount Carmel even if Appleby was there. We'll never know the answer to that. But even though it is a common opponent, they didn't play the common opponent with exactly the same players. So you can't really, compare that apples to apples. But each team with just one loss on the year, both having terrific seasons. Fairfield at 17-1. Which is a lot of games to play during a pandemic, and Centralia at 13-1, but both teams going 10-0 in their respective conferences.
This is one of those cherries you get out of this crazy season.
It sure is.
Fairfield playing Centralia. Woodlawn played Centralia this year. You would never see that.
No.
Fairfield went just down the road and played North City, and I heard Coach McElravy talking about his kids were looking forward to playing in that gym, even though they're close together geographically. They never played each other.
Yeah, you'd never see that either.
That was an interesting matchup. Mount Vernon playing Nashville this year. You don't see that in a normal season.
Yeah, some really unique matchups this year, and this is another one of them. Coach Lee Bennett at the helm of the Centralia Orphans, now in his 14th season. He's won over 300 games since coaching here at Centralia. And had a couple of hundred wins at Alton before he came to Centralia. He does a great job.
Yeah, he's a good one.
In those 14 seasons, he's had only one losing season. That was one year where they went 14-15, but he has won a lot of regionals, a lot of sectionals, and, of course, they got a state tournament trophy, too, and where they won second place back in 2011. And, of course, overall in the basketball program here at Centralia, they have 3 state titles that were won during Arthur Trout's era. Glad you're with us here live on AreaSports.net. Going to be a great one today between the Mules and the Orphans. We're going to have the playing of our national anthem here in just a moment, so we'll step aside for just a moment and return from Trout Arena in just a little bit.
In today's environment, being able to do all of your banking from home is not only convenient, but a necessity. People's National Bank makes it easy for you to do your banking without actually going to the bank. From online banking, mobile banking, free mobile deposit, to transferring funds and paying bills, it's easy and convenient for you to do your banking all from your mobile phone or computer. Get started by going to peoplesnationalbank.com to sign up for online banking today. People's National Bank, making it easy to bank from anywhere. Member FDIC.
Well, right on cue, they're presenting Coach Bennett with the commemorative ball for the 300th career win here at Centralia. And again, he has far more wins than that when you count the wins that he had at Alton as well. National anthem here to honor America at Trout Arena in Centralia prior to today's game between the Orphans and the Mules. The final game of the high school basketball season. We're going to be meeting the Mules starters first. It'll be the same 5 seniors that have started all season long. Your keys to the game today. What do you think here, Ron? What do the Mules have to do to stay competitive in this game against Centralia on their floor?
They're just going to have to stay in their offense and keep running it because Centralia is going to be up in their face all day. We talked about this on the way up here, maybe some defensive pressure that they don't see in their own conference. But Fairfield's got the athletes to handle that, and I'm sure Coach will have them ready.
Noah McElravy, 5'11 senior guard, wears number 3. Brandon Lane, 6'4 forward, wears number 12. Colin Massey, 5'10 senior, wears number 14. Blake Pruitt, 5'9 guard, wears number 22. And Landon Zerlini, 6'4 senior, wears number 24. The starting lineup for the Mules. It's the same 5 starters they've gone with all season long. They're all 5 seniors. They have one more senior on the bench in Lucas Halbert. And you'll be seeing a lot of those JV guys that we saw in their victory earlier today come in here in the varsity game too, as Coach McElravy generally goes 10 to 11 players deep.
Yeah, I was going to say, Randy, from what we saw in that JV game, they'll just reload next year, even with these kids graduating.
Yeah, completing an undefeated season. For the Centralia Orphans, they'll start with Ethan Dobbs. He is a 5'9 senior. They do have 7 seniors on their roster, so Ethan Dobbs gets to start. A 5'9 senior, wears number 3. Number 15 is Crew Walker. He is a 6'2 senior. Number 20 is Eli Barrow. Barrow is actually a 6-foot senior. Number 44 is Justin Glenn. He's a 6'4 senior. He did not start the last time I saw them play, but he is getting the start today. And rounding out the starting 5, number 54 is Corey Fleeman. He's also a senior. So actually they're not starting Kobe Wilmoth. Wilmoth is just a sophomore. Instead, Coach Bennett is opting to start all seniors today here on the final game of the season, which of course is senior day. So a nice gesture there by Coach Bennett. But I guarantee you're going to see Kobe Wilmoth out there pretty quickly.
Sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and Mason Blakemore as well. All right. No jump ball during this era of pandemic basketball. You award the basketball to the visiting team. I still haven't figured that one out all season long. We can jump up against each other for rebounds, but don't put anybody in a circle and throw the ball up, whatever you do. Mules have it in the black uniforms, and here we go. We're off and running as Landon Zerlini has it. Over it comes to Massey. Down underneath, the shot is up and in. Good look and a good shot by the Mules as they get on the board at 2-0. See how the Orphans answer. Mules are going to start with a man-to-man. They played a zone the entire game in the JV contest, but they opened a man here. Does that surprise you?
No. Not familiar with these officials, right, except one. Jim Calzin from Duquoin is down on the baseline.
Inside it goes to Fleeman. Now to Glenn, and he scores. He ties the game. Justin Glenn. We're tied at 2-2. Zerlini brings it across for the Mules. Over to McElravy. Back to Zerlini. He'll fire a 3 ball. It won't go. Rebound by Corey Fleeman for the Orphans. Gets it ahead to Eli Barrow. Barrow out to Dobbs. In the corner. Driving baseline with it is Fleeman. Now in the corner. Shot is buried by Crew Walker. Crew Walker puts the Orphans ahead 5-2. Yeah, 77 years for the Centralia Holiday Tournament, and they had to put a pause on it this year, and that's a shame. If you ever have a chance to come up here to that tournament, we encourage you to do so, especially if you like big school basketball. And the shot was missed by McElravy.
A lot of great players come through there.
And we're going to talk about some of those during our broadcast. You'll be amazed at the players that have played here that you didn't realize played here at the Centralia Holiday Tournament. Well, you won't be surprised, but some of the viewers and listeners will be. You know better. You've been here. You've refereed here.
Yeah. I saw some of them players play here. Very impressive.
Yeah. We're talking about some professional athletes. Ethan Dobbs hits the 3 ball, and again, the Orphans generally shoot well in this building. That's why they're tough to beat at home. Their one loss, though, was at home this year to Carterville, and they had just an uncharacteristically poor night of shooting that night for whatever reason, but they're off to a good start here as Pruitt lips it in and out. No good. Orphans get it up court. Down low, they work it to Justin Glenn. Glenn guarded by Zerlini. Diving on the floor with it is Dobbs. And there's the Mules diving for it. Brandon Lane comes up with it. Lane to Zerlini. To Pruitt in the corner. Now McElravy. Got to look out for that trap as McElravy gets fouled on the reach in there by Corey Fleeman. First foul of the ball game. Those of you who are not aware of it, Centralia plays more home games than just about any team you can think of in the state of Illinois. And that's not, that's not saying anything negative. More power to them. I mean,
absolutely.
if you can do it, do it. And they take advantage of the wonderful facility they have here and
they host
the scheduling.
Yeah.
Explain how that happens.
Well, they host 2 tournaments. That's what gets them up there. They have a round-robin Thanksgiving tournament, so there's 4 or 5 home games. They're usually good enough to play 4 games in their Christmas tournament, and they have a shootout. And then their regular season home games, and the bank is open.
Yeah, banked in by Corey Fleeman, and the Orphans are hot out of the gate. They lead at 11-4. So when you add up all those games, the Thanksgiving tournament, the holiday tournament, the shootout, the conference games, and the non-conference home games, you end up with about 17 or 18 home games that the Orphans have in this building.
That's a winning formula.
That is a winning formula, and it's worked for them. We've got timeout on the floor. And we'll come back with more in just a moment here live on AreaSports.net.
At Hamilton Memorial Family Clinics, your family's care team is close to home. But it's not just about convenience, it's compassionate, quality care. From routine care, vaccines, and DOT physicals to acute needs like disease management, x-ray, and lab work. Hamilton Memorial Hospital Family Clinics in Carmi and McLeansboro have you covered. Plus, same-day appointments are available and a Carmi walk-in clinic on Saturdays for those unexpected illnesses. With 6 providers and 8 specialty care clinics, maybe it's time to take another look at Hamilton Memorial Hospital Family Clinics.
Back here at Trout Arena, what are you seeing so far, Ron, besides hot shooting by the Orphans out of the game?
Yeah, that's. I was going to comment on that, Randy. I know I say this every game, but the name of the game is put the ball in the hole, and Fairfield's going to have to shoot a high percentage to stay in this ball game because Centralia has come out hot.
We haven't seen Fairfield go to that zone trap yet. I expect we're going to see that because they're going to need to generate some offense with their defense. And into the ball game for Centralia right on cue is Mason Blakemore as well as Kobe Wilmoth. Those are their 2 leading scorers. They did not get the start today in lieu of the seniors, but they're out there now.
Played to that mass timeout, I guess.
Right.
That's a nice gesture.
Yeah. Blakemore actually is a senior because they do have 7 seniors on the squad. Here's a 3-pointer by Massey out front. It won't go, and the rebound by the Orphans. And they throw it ahead, way ahead and out of bounds as pass was intended for Will Pryor out of bounds. So now the Orphans have their usual starters in the game. And they already lead it 11-4. Let's see how the Mules do it offensively now. McElravy spots up top of the key, won't go. Brandon Lane with the rebound. Wants to go back up, does, missed it. Tipped up by Zerlini, won't go. Rebound by the Orphans. A lot of chances that time for the Mules, but they couldn't get it down.
3 chances right there. Got to get one down.
Yeah, when you're on the road, you got to take advantage of those situations. Orphans have it. With it is Ethan Dobbs. Dobbs goes down to Wilmoth. Wilmoth is one of the best sophomores you're going to see. He's got it right now on the double team. He just has a knack for the basketball, and he wants the basketball come crunch time.
Yeah, and then you said they got a freshman that'll play in this game too. So.
Yep, sure will. Cruz Harlan will get in the game, a freshman. Wilmoth has it right now. Out to Blakemore. Yeah, the Orphans had a perfect 10-0 record in the South 7 this year, and that's not an easy league to win in. As a shot by Wilmoth is no good, but they get the offensive board. Out it comes to Barrow. Here's the drive. Missed that time by Dobbs. Mules with the rebound. Let's see what Fairfield can do this trip. They need a bucket. Down by 7. Here's Brandon Lane. Over it goes to Massey. Out to Pruitt. Pruitt splits defenders, goes up for the shot, missed it. But he's fouled, and Blake Pruitt will go to the line. Foul was called on Will Pryor, his first. 3 team fouls on the Orphans, none on the Mules as of yet, as the free throw is made by Pruitt. In the ball game for the Orphans, number 23 is Davin Tabor. He is a junior, 6-foot junior. Looks taller than 6 feet, though. Pruitt, good on the second free throw.
Yeah, as good as they've been down through the years, Randy, Centralia usually don't have a lot of height.
No, they generally don't have really big guys, but they make the most of what they have. As the shot pass goes inside to Tabor, and he comes off the bench and makes an immediate impact, scores off glass. Yeah, they got guys that they can just keep running at you.
But that sophomore could still be growing. He could wind up 6'8",
absolutely.
6'9".
Absolutely. Thrown away as they try to get the pass inside to Brandon Lane, and it's out of bounds and belonged to the Orphans. They lead it by 7. Centralia won the freshman game handily by some 35, 40 points, but the Mules won the JV game by 6 after leading by as many as 18. Mason Blakemore has it, goes inside. Pump fake, shot is blocked in there as Will Pryor had it slapped away, and the Mules have it. Here's Zerlini with it, and he traveled with the basketball. Turnover right back to the Orphans.
You see that a lot, Randy. You got to put that ball on the floor before you shuffle both your feet.
And we were talking about this either during the freshman game or the JV game this morning. You being official for 30 years, you said that really one of the toughest calls to make in basketball is the traveling violation. And explain that.
Yeah, well, easy call to make, but hard to get right.
Hard to get right. That's the key.
You got to identify that pivot foot.
Kobe Wilmoth from the corner, and that's where he's dangerous. You cannot let him get open like that. Kobe Wilmoth buries the 3 ball from the left corner pocket, and the Orphans are up by 10.
They've got 4 3-pointers already, Randy.
This is my 3rd time seeing the Orphans play this year, and Wilmoth is a gamer, and he's just a sophomore.
Yeah, I've already seen him post up and then just hit that 3-pointer. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'll play inside or outside, take you off the dribble, come off screens, work the pin downs. They do a lot of things. Centralia is very difficult to prepare for because they just run so many sets and do so many things. Very, very difficult to prepare for. Here's Zerlini for 3 way outside, and that's not going to go anywhere as Wilmoth gets the rebound for the Orphans.
That Centralia junior high team is probably pretty good with a 7th grader as a point guard and then him playing as an 8th grader.
Yeah, I would think so. I would think so. I didn't have a chance to ask Coach Bennett before the game. I wanted to, but we were just busy with all the other games getting ready. I didn't have a chance to ask him, but I kind of wonder, as that shot is put up by Wilmoth, no good, and rebound by the Mules. I kind of wonder if Coach Bennett really thought at this point of this season, being as weird as it is with pandemic, if he really thought that this team would be 13-1 and go 10-0 in the conference. I think that surprised a lot of people this year. So I think that they rose to the occasion and probably overachieved this year. I think it's been a great season for the Orphans and probably better than a lot of Orphan fans anticipated. But I just didn't have a chance to ask him that, but maybe I'll ask him after the game. Foul is called on the Orphans. 27 seconds left here as coming into the game for Fairfield is Dylan Best, number 32, and also Eric Rogers, number 20.
I think Coach Bennett's had a few years here where people would probably say they overachieved. You know, they looked at what they had coming back and said, well, maybe this is a down year for the Orphans, but that's not been the case.
Inside it goes to Camden Robbins, and he scores. And the Mules needed some offense, and Robbins comes off the bench to provide it. 9 seconds left in the quarter. In the corner, a shot is up, no good by Eli Barrow, but they get the rebound. And back up, no good. They wave it off, and that is the end of the first quarter. Hot shooting quarter for the Orphans. They lead it after 1, 16-8. We'll be back to the Trout Arena in just a moment on AreaSports.net. Carter Turf and Tractor is now open in their beautiful new location on West Main Street in Fairfield in the former Save-A-Lot building. Carter Turf and Tractor is your area dealer for high-quality Kubota tractors in a variety of sizes. Perfect for a landscaping business or to easily handle a variety of jobs around your home or farm. They can customize a solution for your needs. They also have the Kubota RTV utility vehicles for on-road and off-road transportation and hauling needs. When there's mowing or lawn work to be done, Carter Turf and Tractor has you covered with Exmark riding mowers and walk-behind mowers. They also feature a good selection of Echo brand brush cutters, trimmers, and chainsaws, as well as Honda and Generac generators. Come in and see for yourself at the new Carter Turf and Tractor, open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday and 8 to 2 on Saturday. Back here at Centralia where the Orphans lead it after 1, 16-8. Your thoughts on that first quarter play, Ron?
Fairfield's got to jump out and put a hand in the face of those 3-point shooters for Centralia. They made 4 3-pointers that quarter. I mean, they're only down by 8. That's 12 points right there. Fairfield didn't have a personal foul, so they need to jump out on those shooters.
They can afford to be more aggressive, not having any fouls,
Yeah.
whereas Centralia has 5 team fouls so far. Absolutely right. One thing that Centralia does very well to their opponents is they take away your strengths. When they scout you, they game plan you, they know what your strengths are, and they take those strengths away from you.
Yeah.
And so the Mules are going to have to find other ways to score today. They're probably not going to score in the ways that they normally do. As we have a foul on the floor, going to go against the Mules, and that will be their first team foul. And that is going to go on
Robbins.
Camden Robbins, yep. Out of bounds to the Orphans. They have Will Pryor, Dobbs, Wilmoth, Barrow, and Blakemore out there. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, yeah, Coach Bennett's like the Bill Belichick of Southern Illinois basketball.
Well, he's a winner. I mean, you can't argue the fact that, his winning percentage is impressive, too. 75% of the games he's coached here at Centralia, he's won. And when you're playing in a league like the South 7 and then all the other non-conference teams that they play, to have over 300 wins in 14 seasons and win 75% of your games, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And again, just one losing season in those 14 years. Here's a shot by Dobbs, won't go, but they get the offensive rebound. Blakemore goes back up, and right now the Orphans are owning the boards, and the Mules are going to have to do a better job.
Yeah, they had about 4 or 5 shots that time. But
came away empty-handed that time. Let's see if the Mules can capitalize now, as Rogers has it out front. Over it goes to Best. Back to Rogers. To Massey. Diagonal pass over to Rogers. Rogers puts up the shot, short.
Yeah,
rebound Blakemore. Yeah, Mules were not able to get a quality shot off that time, as foul on the other end, going to go against Blakemore, or they fouled Blakemore.
Yeah.
And that's going to send Blakemore to the line, as they called that foul, and Eric Rogers is first. For those of you from Fairfield and Wayne County area who have never been to this facility before, we posted a short video, probably about 20 seconds long, showing the lobby and the trophy cases and the Hall of Fame here at Centralia. That's posted on our Facebook page, AreaSports.net on Facebook. So if you haven't taken a look at that, you might want to take a gander at it. It's pretty impressive what they have here. They are the winningest team in America in terms of high school basketball. Have won more games than any high school team in the United States. That is a fact. And they keep track of it on a separate scoreboard as you come in the ticket gate. Three-pointers buried by Noah McElravy. 17-11. Collinsville's another team that's up near the top on that chart, aren't they?
Yeah, top 5, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wilmoth for 3, won't go, and going high to get the rebound is Noah McElravy.
Well, when you're talking strictly within the state of Illinois, Mount Vernon's way up there.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
obviously Centralia would be number 1.
Sure.
And Collinsville probably be number 2 in Illinois.
Yeah.
Mount Vernon might be top 5.
I think in Illinois, Mount Vernon's top 5.
Yeah, in Illinois, I mean, yeah.
Right, yeah. Yeah, they love their basketball up here, that's for sure. And that's going to be a traveling violation called on Brandon Lane. We want to thank the athletic department and the administration of Centralia High School for enabling us to come in and video stream all 3 of these games today. It's not something that they normally allow up here. They have a no video policy that they've had in place for a long time. Mason Blakemore scores on the inside. Blakemore has roots of Mount Vernon.
He's a low down low. I knew that name sounded familiar, Randy. He's from Mount Vernon?
He originally is from Mount Vernon, yep. His dad was actually in the same graduating class as one of my daughters.
Okay.
He went to school here a couple of years and played basketball freshman, sophomore year, then moved to O'Fallon last year, played his junior year over there, came back this year for his senior year to Centralia.
Okay.
Landon Zerlini having problems against Wilmoth, takes it inside, puts up the shot, no good. Rebound taken away by the Orphans. And again, they're guarding Zerlini different than what he's going to see from other teams. Defense is tough. He's going to have to really work for it today.
That was a good move. It just didn't fall.
Yeah, he had a chance there. Here's Brandon Lane making contact. They're going to call a push-off.
Yeah.
And credit the defensive effort there by Crew Walker.
If you're going to do that, you can't do it right in front of the officials.
Yeah, probably not a good idea. Probably not a good idea. Timeout called by Coach Scott McElravy. I think he just kind of wants to get the guys calmed down a little bit. I think that the adrenaline is just kind of, flying and rushing right now, and I think they just kind of need to regroup and recoup things a little bit and take a deep breath and say, you know what, we're only down by 8. We're still in this thing. Let's just relax a little bit. So I think that's what he's trying to do with this timeout. We'll take a timeout, too, and be right back. Vaughn Equipment is a family-owned and operated business in Fairfield that's committed to providing quality equipment to the farm, construction, tractor-trailer, marine, and oil field industries. They feature a great selection of new and pre-owned trucks, trailers, farm equipment, construction equipment, and rental equipment. Their inventory changes weekly, and you can see it all in person or on their website. Whatever you're looking for to do the job right, Vaughn Equipment can help you. They're located at 1102 South 1st Street in Fairfield, or call 842-3500. Back here at Trout Arena in Centralia, you see the seats that are pushed in on the far side away from our camera angle, plus the seats that are next to us that are pushed away. Those are all chair seats. They have a ton of chair seats here in this facility, and those are all pushed in, and all the fans are sitting way up high above all of that here. No fans sitting on our side whatsoever. And, yeah, it's a big facility. I'm not sure what the actual seating capacity is here at Trout, but it's a bunch of people.
If I had to guess, Randy, I would say 3,500 to 4,000 maybe.
Yeah, it holds a bunch. We do welcome those Centralia fans that are watching today, too, because we know there's a limited number of you who can get into the building. They allowed a few more in today, I think, for Senior Day, but still it's probably less than 75 in here, the way it looks. Here's a home run pass and an easy layup there by Crew Walker, and that was way too easy.
Yeah, it was too easy.
Mules let them run the post pattern that time, and they connected. Zerlini brings it across for the Mules this time, over to Massey. Massey's guarded by Wilmoth. Wilmoth is towering over Massey. Here's McElravy for 3. That lips out, and it's rebounded by the Orphans. We talked about it in the JV game. It's worth mentioning again here in the varsity game, the fact that, with all the distance behind the goals here, sometimes the depth perception can be an issue when you're shooting that outside shot. And I don't know if that's bothering the Mules at all yet or not, but it's sometimes an adjustment, isn't it?
Yeah, you're seeing the effects of Centralia playing all them home games. They're shooting the ball pretty well.
Oh, yeah. Again, when you're playing on a normal season, about 18 games at home in a normal season, they're used to playing here and they're used to winning here. That foul's called on the Mules. It'll be out of bounds to the Orphans, as they called that foul on Noah McElravy as first. Into the ball game is Cruz Harlan, the freshman. He had a good JV contest, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Those of you from Mount Vernon, that's Derek Harlan's son. He is on the staff here at Centralia. Derek, a member of the Mount Vernon High School Sports Hall of Fame. He's been a teacher and now guidance counselor up here for a long time. Here's a drive by Pruitt, and he's going to be fouled by Mason Blakemore. Pruitt back to the line. He made a couple there a moment ago, did he not?
Who's that, Pruitt?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 2 for 2 from the line.
Back into the contest is Tabor for the Orphans. Corey Fleeman also back in.
Well, they needed that.
Didn't get it. Orphans bring it back up. Fleeman has it. Out to Wilmoth. To Tabor again.
That perception you talk about, that's true on even free throws too, Randy.
Yeah, you're right. It can. And I think especially at that far end, I think that's where it comes into play. There's a lot of depth behind there. No problem, though, for Kobe Wilmoth. He sinks another three-pointer. I'm telling you, you can't give that guy much room. He will drain it. Yeah.
You're not used to playing in this, and those baskets look like those baskets at the fair when you're trying to win your girlfriend a stuffed animal.
Yeah, exactly right. That's right.
Don't look quite as big around as regulation. You're like, will this ball even fit in there? Or not?
Here's Zerlini trying to work on Tabor. Again, Landon having a much more difficult time getting a shot off in this game.
Yeah. That's some good defense going on out there.
Back in the ball game is McGuire Taylor. Our first action for McGuire Taylor, one of the JV players for the Mules. He comes in for Blake Pruitt. Give him a blow with 2:53 left here in the first half. Mules going to have to get some offense from somebody.
Yeah.
And they need some stops.
And, we saw them 2 weeks ago. They never missed a free throw. And
yeah. Fleeman has it.
They missed the front end of that one-on-one. It really would have really helped.
Crew Walker down to Eli Barrow. Inside it goes. Shot is up and in by Tabor. Good ball movement that time by the Orphans. 26-11. Mules need some points. McElravy with it. Splits defenders, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Corey Fleeman. Orphan fans didn't exactly agree with it. That's going to be his third. So
I think that's a good call. Just a little bit too aggressive right there.
Fleeman's going to have to take a seat. McElravy at the line, and that's in and out.
Oh, man.
Mules not connecting on the last couple free throw chances.
That's potential 4 points right there.
Yeah. 2:09 to play in the half. Cruz Harlan with it. Over to Walker. Back to Tabor. Taken away by the Mules. They get a turnover. Now can they capitalize on it? Here's Zerlini with it. Zerlini with just 2 points so far. Here's Massey with a three, and he buries it. Mules needed that. Colin Massey with the trifecta. No problem with depth perception that time.
No, nothing but net.
Nothing but nylon. As the Orphans bring it back in the front court, Mules staying in that zone. Trying to trap if they can, but the Orphans move the ball so quickly they don't give you a chance to trap. Here's a shot from Crew Walker. Missed it. Rebound by Camden Robbins. Let's see if the Mules can cut into that lead some more. 1:12 left. Over it goes to Noah McElravy.
Yeah, if they could go in less than 10 down, it'd be a good sign.
Zerlini gets fouled as he tried to make a spin move inside. As guarding him on the post that time was Eli Barrow, and that'll send Zerlini to the line. Landon held to 2 points so far. Got a minute left to go here in the first half.
I think that's a good move. They posted him up that time instead of being out around the three-point line.
Yeah, see what he can do inside, because he can work the post, no doubt. He makes the free throw. And it also may force somebody different to guard him, too. Noah Barger in the game for the Mules. Also, Eric Rogers out there. Zerlini got that one. Cuts it to 10, and you're right. The Mules need to get this down to single digits before the half, but they're going to need to get the ball back again, and we're down to 55 seconds left, and Centralia might very well just run it
they need
for a final shot.
Fairfield needs to stop right here. Whether they score or not, they need to stop right here.
Tabor has it over to Harlan. Back to Tabor. Harlan again.
Yeah, they're going to play for one shot.
Yeah. Well, we've seen this playbook before. Many times. Yep.
Yeah, like you said, the freshman is in there, number 4.
Yeah, he doesn't play like a freshman, does he? Had an impressive JV game. Tabor playing catch out there with Harlan. 17 seconds left. Now Wilmoth has it. Down to 9 seconds left. They come over to Cruz Harlan. They get it inside to Wilmoth. He goes up for the shot and scores. He has got a nose for the basketball.
Yeah.
That's a freshman throwing the ball to a sophomore for the bucket there. That's how the Orphans score their final bucket of the half, and they lead it here at halftime, 28-16. And we'll be back to take a look at the first half analysis in just a moment.
The difference between profit and loss is razor thin in today's market. Luckily, your GSI dealer is there to help you stay in the black. Capturing futures carry and improving your basis with increased on-farm storage on average could earn a 50-cent per bushel difference. Taking advantage of early harvest and saving with on-farm drying makes a profitability difference. Proven and dependable grain systems that boost your bottom line, that's the GSI difference.
As a craftsman, Gordy had imagination and vision. As a business owner and machinist, he understood all the moving components and how important they were to making things work. When he dreamed of building his business, he knew he needed help. FNB provided the spark necessary to ignite his growth. That partnership has proven to be his best creation yet.
Houghton's Pizza House in McLeansboro has been serving up delicious pizza and sandwiches since 1978. That's over 40 years. It's great food at a great price. You can choose from their specialty pizza such as veggie pizza, taco pizza, supreme pizza, or create your own pizza masterpiece and choose from the toppings that you like. Dick and Lucille and their staff are ready to serve you Tuesday through Sunday from 4 p.m. till 10 p.m. at Houghton's Pizza House. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Houghton's Pizza House, a Southern Illinois tradition since 1978. Renshaw Title and Abstract has been purchased by Olson & Reeves, attorneys at law, and has reopened under its new name, Mount Vernon Title Company. Through the resources of Olson & Reeves, Mount Vernon Title Company offers title insurance and title examinations for residential and commercial properties, as well as deed preparation, closings, signings, and escrow services. If you're involved in a real estate transaction, depend on Mount Vernon Title Company at 1015 Broadway, downtown Mount Vernon. You can call them at 316-7322. That's 316-7322. Halftime here at Trout Arena, and it's been all Orphans so far as they lead it by 12 points, 28-16. Some hot shooting in the first half, and some really tough defense too, particularly on Landon Zerlini.
Yeah, he's got one field goal and 2 free throws, and they're playing him tough. He's tried it outside and inside both, and it's been tough going.
What do you got for us statistically here, Ron, at halftime?
Well, the Orphans made 5 3-pointers in that first half and came from 4 different players. And they had 7 players make the scoring column. Crew Walker's got 5. Colby Wilmoth led all scorers with 8. Mason Blakemore had 3. Corey Fleeman's got 3. Ethan Dobbs had 3. Davin Tabor had 4. Justin Glenn had a field goal for 2. For the Fairfield Mules, they had 5 players break the scoring column. Their leading scorer is Colin Massey. He's got 5 points. Landon Zerlini with 4. Noah McElravy has a 3-pointer for 3. Blake Pruitt's got a field goal for 2. Actually, he's got 2 free throws for 2. And Camden Robbins has a field goal for 2, so 28-16.
Anything else you see out there in the first half? I'll tell you an observation that I have. Okay. And we say this to people, and sometimes they don't believe us. But when you're here seeing it in person, there is a difference between the size of the bodies of 3A basketball and 2A basketball. And anybody who doesn't believe me, watch this game.
That's exactly what I was going to say. And the defense is just a little bit.
So you were thinking the same thing?
Yes.
That's amazing.
And the defense is just a little bit tougher.
And that's not taking anything at all away from the Fairfield Mules. It's just the way it is.
Yes, because this is a 2A, 3A matchup.
Right.
If Fairfield's got the athletes, if they see this on a regular basis, they're not going to have a problem with this.
Right.
But, it's just tough.
You know, I mean, we're trying to be truthful here, and when you see what we see, when a team is bigger than you and stronger than you and quicker than you, I mean, you have to point it out.
And there's a difference in 1A and 2A basketball,
too.
There
is. And there absolutely is.
It's never more glaring than when you get to the last 4 teams, supposedly the 4 best teams in the state.
Right.
And you've got them all playing on the same day up there at the state tournament, and you can sit in the stands and you can really see the difference that day, too. You can say, wow, there's just a difference in these 2A teams and the 1A team.
Yeah. With that said, though, I mean, there's still a lot of basketball left to be played here, and Fairfield's got the capability.
Absolutely. I mean,
to come back in this game. There's no question.
Again, I mean, take high percentage shots, and they got to fall, and you can be right in this ballgame.
And I think that Fairfield's got to go back to the recipe that they've had too of trying to create turnovers and create some offense from defense that they've been successful with on their schedule of games this year.
Right.
We saw them do that in the JV game.
Exactly.
We saw the Mules do that against the Orphans in the JV game. Can they do it in the varsity game?
Right.
We're going to see here in the second half. But so far, the Orphans have done a great job rebounding, out-rebounding the Mules. They have gotten high-quality shots.
I mean, we're not keeping misses, but I bet you the 12 points is in the shooting percentages. I mean,
And then the Mules have missed a couple of opportunities at the free throw line, too, which would make this thing a lot closer.
That's true. They've missed the front end of 2 1-and-1s, and like I said, the last time I saw them 2 weeks ago, they were 13 out of 13 from the free throw line.
Yeah.
But this could go back to, like you said, 5 games in a week. So maybe some tired legs or football practice going on, or the perception issue of the big gym.
Yeah, and we don't want to use any of that as excuses, but it's all cumulative, too. When you look at all the things that are going on, you're playing a group of guys that are seemingly bigger and stronger than you.
And if all those chair seats were pulled out right up to the edge of the floor, that makes a difference, too.
Oh, yeah.
In perception.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But, this is their 5th game this week. They are in the middle of football practice. Centralia, I think, played 3 games this week. This is their 3rd game this week rather than 5th game. But, hey, it's still a great opportunity. It's wonderful to be here. We're glad that Fairfield's having the chance to play Centralia in this building. It's a wonderful experience. It's a great way to cap off the season, win or lose today, but we just hope that the Mules can come back in this game. And first thing you got to do is try to get to single digits, right?
Yeah.
That's the first thing you got to do. You're not going to get it all in one big bite. You're down 12. The key is to get it to single digits. Once you get to single digits, then you can work on something else.
Right. Get it to the point where that other team feels a little bit more pressure. Maybe things don't go. Maybe they don't run their offense as smoothly.
Right. And actually, Centralia did commit more fouls than the Mules did in that first half. So it could be a situation where if the Mules get more free throw opportunities, they just need to capitalize on those too. And you got Fleeman, I think, with 3 fouls, and so he may be not have as much playing time here in the second half. So let's just see what happens. We'll take another short break, let you hear from some more people who have helped make everything possible for us this year, help us pay for all of the streaming costs that we've incurred, the bandwidth costs, the website costs, all the things that we have to pay for in order to bring you these games absolutely free. And we're happy to do it for free. It's never pay-per-view on AreaSports.net, never has been. We've been doing this since 2005, and we've never went pay-per-view, and we didn't this year either. And we applaud those schools that did not go the route of the NFHS network. They didn't do it here in Centralia. They didn't do it in Fairfield. They didn't do it in Mount Vernon. They didn't do it in Wayne City. They didn't do it in McLeansboro. And so we're glad that we can still go into a lot of schools like that and be able to bring you the action absolutely free so that you can enjoy it at home, and many of you popping it up on your big screen this afternoon as well. Back with more from Centralia in just a moment. If you're looking for a weekend getaway or a unique vacation out in the wilderness and in a rustic environment, you need to try the Cedar Hill River Cabins. Located along the Ohio River just 5 miles from Elizabethtown, it's a great escape with nature and yet all the comforts of home. The Cedar Hill River Cabins, you got to see them for yourselves. There's 7 different cabins to choose from and everything you need to have a wonderful getaway. Find out more information by going on their website at cedarhillrivercabins.com. Valpo Home Furnishings has been serving the area for nearly 30 years with quality furniture, appliances, and bedding. Their goal at Valpo Home Furnishings is to give you a great selection of home furnishings, appliances, and bedding at a great price with outstanding hometown customer service. If you're in the market for new or updated furniture, appliances, or bedding, check out the selection at Valpo's, 103 East Main Street on the south side of the square in McLeansboro, and visit their website at valpohomefurnishings.com. It's the final day of the high school basketball season across Illinois. Football season begins for the Fairfield Mules 1 week from today as they will travel to CZR Christopher to take on Christopher in a 1 o'clock kickoff. That's next Saturday. Volleyball season begins Tuesday for the Lady Mules as they will be on the road at Johnson City to open the season on Tuesday night. We had Chet Snyder join us at halftime of the JV game. You can go back and check out that interview in archive if you'd like to. They'll be home at the Mule Barn against Mount Carmel on Wednesday night, and Hamilton County will be at the Mule Barn to take on the Lady Mules in volleyball on Thursday night. So we're transitioning here from basketball to volleyball and football. It's been a strange year, but at least we've got some sports, and we're all thankful and grateful for that, aren't we? All right, we change ends, of course. Mules will have the ball first to start the second half. Trailing it by 12. Let's see how we get started here. McElravy takes it down the lane, and they said he traveled with the basketball.
One too many steps.
What do you think there, referee? Did you see that?
Yeah, that's a good call.
Okay.
And NBA, that's not a travel in the NBA.
Mason, no, it's not. There's very few things that are travel in the NBA, is there? Mason Blakemore checks back in for the Orphans. Ethan Dobbs in there as well. As the Orphans get it ahead, Blakemore over to Dobbs. In the corner, they work it to Barrow. Mule's going to open in the zone here to start the second half. Again, that was successful for the JV guys today, as the Mules JV team was successful. And that's a traveling violation on the Orphans, as Will Pryor shuffled the pivot foot. Yeah. Trading turnovers to start the second half here. All right. Let's see what the Mules can get done this time. Again, the goal is to get it down to single digits first and then go from there if they can.
Yeah, they gave up that last second bucket at the end of half. That makes it even tougher.
Pruitt to Zerlini. You know, and the way that here's a double team. They go down to Lane, now in the corner, out to Massey, top of the key, three-pointer. Oh, won't go.
Good ball movement to get that wide open shot.
Had a real good look that time,
yeah.
But just couldn't get it to fall, as that foul is going to go against Zerlini, I believe. That'll be his first.
That's some of the best ball movement I've seen from the Mules.
It was. It was very good ball movement.
Ball's not falling.
Mm-hmm. No, they got good ball movement, had a good look at it that time, just wouldn't fall. They back up into that zone again. Let's see how the Orphans approach it this time. They got Wilmoth running inside the paint. They're trying to get the ball to him. Dobbs has it right now. There it goes down to Wilmoth. He turns around, puts it up and in. He's a tough cookie.
Yeah, he's a good player.
And just a sophomore. We'll be hearing a lot more from Kobe Wilmoth over the next couple of years, and he'll be the terror of the South 7 Conference, probably. Nice bucket there by Noah McElravy.
Yeah, he's going to be a tough matchup.
Well, I honestly think he's grown during the season. I think since I saw them play the Rams the first time, I think Wilmoth has seriously grown. He's listed as 6'6".
He's at that age where if he's a sophomore, he could have
There's the alley-oop for him.
He could have a growth spurt.
And he scores again. That was too easy.
Yeah, he got behind the defense that time.
Way too easy. Here's McElravy scoring on the drive.
That's a tough shot.
Real tough shot. Noah got it to fall. The lead back to 12. That's what we were at halftime.
Yeah, they're trading baskets right now.
Mm-hmm. Need some stops. Dobbs. Oh, there's a steal.
Yeah.
McElravy's got it.
Nice D.
Takes it inside, missed it. Gets the rebound. Had it stripped. Back out to Pruitt. Pruitt will go up, and he's fouled. And Blake Pruitt, let's see if they give him free throws. Was he in the act of shooting? I thought so.
I think so, yeah.
Yep. 2 free throws coming for Blake Pruitt, as they give that foul to Will Pryor, and that's his second. So team fouls are equal at 1 apiece here in the second half, as Pruitt's free throw is good. Cuts the lead to 11. Checking in is Crew Walker for the Orphans. Coach Bennett's been going pretty deep in his bench today, just like the Mules have done. Second one also good.
Blake Pruitt, 4 out of 5 from the free throw line.
Now the Mules show pressure defense. See if they can get a turnover here.
Almost.
Comes into Blakemore. Blakemore's going to take it all the way down, put up the shot. Missed it, but they get the offensive rebound. Crew Walker has it. Back up, no good. And he's over the back. There you go. You called that one from up here. See, these old referees just can't quit. You just couldn't quit, couldn't you? Couldn't resist.
That's on the back.
On the back, yeah.
On the back.
Yeah, what's the difference? On the back, over the back?
Yeah, well, you have what's called verticality. You know, if you can jump and touch the ceiling, that's all yours straight up.
Okay.
But you can't lean in or make contact on a guy's back. You know, I mean, you can get a rebound and not be, and he's got position on you if you just out jump him. But there's got to be separation between you and him. Nice move.
McAravey scores off the dribble again. He cuts it to 8, and that's what you wanted to see the Mules do, is get it to single digits, and they've done that now. They've got it to single digits. Now they've got to continue to get some stops here against the Orphans as Mason Blakemore has it.
Noah's got 6 points this quarter.
Yeah, he's had 3 good dribble drives here. Kobe Wilmoth being harassed out there by Zerlini. Picks up his dribble. Comes over to Barrow, I think it is. Yeah, Eli Barrow with it. Now to Walker.
Fairfield's playing a man-to-man right now.
3-pointer by Wilmoth. Misses. And somebody cut underneath that time. Cut underneath Davin Tabor and committed the foul. And we don't have time out on the court. Mules battling back. They were down 12 at the half. They've cut it to 8, and we'll be back with more from Trout Arena in just a moment. This broadcast is made possible by Barnard Soil Service, located in Wayne City, offering multiple services to the farming community, including crop input recommendations, custom application, field records, seed test plots, seed treatment, soil testing, and much more. Barnard Soil Service is located at 303 East Smith Street in Wayne City, and their phone number is 895-2116. Additional details available on the company website at barnards.com. Barnard Soil Service in Wayne City. Back here at Centralia, we were talking about the Centralia Holiday Tournament and different players who have passed through the tournament and played here. And some of our viewers, some of our listeners may not realize some of the talent that's come through here, Ron. And you saw a lot of these guys play. But, you know, when you got teams coming here like Chicago Mount Carmel and, you know, teams like that have been here before, Westinghouse and stuff like that. How many of you guys remember a guy by the name of Donovan McNabb?
Donovan McNabb.
Super Bowl quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, people don't realize he was a very good basketball player.
Incredible basketball player.
He actually was on the basketball team at Syracuse where he played his college football.
Yeah, but he played here at the Centralia Holiday Tournament for Chicago Mount Carmel as Wilmoth buries another three-pointer, and he was way out there. That was an NBA 3 by the sophomore that time. On that same team, I believe it was on that same team, was Antoine Walker, who went on to play at Kentucky, which Jeff Wise has got to be gushing about, from Fairfield. And, of course, Antoine Walker went on and played NBA basketball as well.
Right. He's got an NCAA title with Kentucky.
He does.
NBA title with Miami Heat.
Has done both. And again, he and Donovan McNabb were teammates on that team that came here from Chicago Mount Carmel, as the foul is called on the Orphans.
Crew Walker.
That's his second. 3 team fouls on the Orphans, 2 on the Mules, and it'll be Fairfield basketball.
So, 77 years, I guess that Bobby Joe Mason played in that tournament.
Yeah. Remember the Harlem Globetrotters?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Russell Cross.
Yeah, I remember that name.
Yeah. Another great player. How about E.J. Liddell for Ohio State that played here last year in the tournament? Yeah,
he might be an NBA player.
I think he probably will be. And, of course, you had the Shipley brothers. You had Rick Shipley and
Kent Williams.
Kent Williams, of course. Matt Shaw, another good Orphan player.
I remember Benton Rangers used to play in that tournament. Bruce Baker was a good played at UAB.
Sure. So there's just been a wealth of talent come through the Centralia Holiday Tournament.
Quinn Buckner.
Sure. Dalton Thornridge.
Nice pass.
Oh, nice pass. Feed inside to Crew Walker for the easy one. 37-24. So, yeah, 77 years of history here and with that tournament. Here's Zerlini, can't shoot. Gets it out to Massey, now the shot is put up, no good, and battle for the rebound. Mules dive on it. And what's the call?
I think a jump ball.
Getting the floor burn there was Noah McElravy.
You know, Centralia doing a great job of staying between their man and the basket.
Yeah, no, they are. You're right.
I mean, every quote I ever read in the paper about a Nashville game, and Wayne Hardy says we did a good job of staying between our man and the basket. He says that every time.
Well, that's
and the score's usually like something about 40 to 20 something.
But that's a fundamental part of defensive basketball. Absolutely. Here's Mason Blakemore taking it in, and he's fouled. I said the floor burn was by McElravy. Actually, it was McGuire Taylor that jumped on the floor and got that floor burn. So a lot of the JV guys in there right now coming off the bench to give the starters a blow. As Mason Blakemore is at the line, as the foul was on McGuire Taylor, his first. As Blakemore sinks the free throw. Mules had gotten the lead down to 8, but now it's back up to 14 with 2:24 to play here in the third quarter.
Centralia come out of that timeout and scored 6 in a row.
Yeah.
That's a nice surprise if you're Coach Bennett to have Blakemore come back.
Yeah, I moved back from O'Fallon. Yep. Yeah, just another weapon. And that's foul on Brandon Lane. Explain why that was a traveling call. Mr. Official.
I did not see it.
Oh, you didn't see that one?
Looking in the book.
Okay, no problem. No problem. He came to a jump step, and he's explaining it to Coach McElravy. After the jump step, he called him for the travel after he made the pass. Blake Pruitt going to be checking into the game.
Yeah, I don't know. If he hadn't already traveled and he just came down with both feet at the same time, he's okay right
Well,
there.
it appeared that he did, but maybe the official didn't think he did. I don't know. Corey Fleeman back in the ball game, and he's working up the court with it.
I believe the player had his back to him, and maybe the official saw something that thought he saw something that wasn't there.
And it's a strong possibility. Blakemore with it. There's contact. That's a big charge that time. Boy, taking the brunt of it was Colin Massey, and I could hear him yell and gulp from up here.
Yeah.
That was a nice football hit that time.
I believe everybody in the place could get that one right.
Yeah. A little out of control that time for Blakemore. A little bit.
Yeah.
All right, Mules need a bucket here. They haven't scored in a little bit.
Boy, he's built solid too.
He is, for sure.
Took the brunt of that one.
McGuire Taylor with it. To Zerlini. And again, Landon's just been held to 4 points so far.
Yeah, they're just not.
There's Blake Pruitt and good defense that time
Yep.
by the Orphans. They cut off the baseline. Crew Walker takes the charge. And again, that's what they do.
They're just not allowing Landon to get to the basket at all.
And checking back in is Noah McElravy replacing McGuire Taylor.
If he could get into the lane, he needs to pump fake and just rise. He's tall enough to rise above those guys and take that jump shot.
This is going to be too easy.
Yeah.
Oh, too far for Tabor. Well, they still save it. Nope.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Yeah, you can't let them get behind you like that.
Well, that's twice that they've been able to do that.
Yeah, a better pass, and that would have resulted in a layup.
Yeah, or a dunk.
Yeah.
With Tabor, probably a dunk.
Yeah.
Here's a drive by McElravy. Won't go. Rebounds ripped out of there this time by Justin Glenn. Orphans back the other way with Eli Barrow working against Zerlini. He goes for the steal and commits the foul. That'll be his second personal foul. Kobe Wilmoth back in for the Orphans, replacing Glenn. In it comes to Crew Walker. Out now to Barrow again. Cruz Harlan, the freshman in the game. Again, he had a big JV game for the Orphans today. Open three look, and a buried three-pointer by Crew Walker. And again, you just can't leave the Orphans that wide open. They'll burn you. They're a good shooting team, particularly here. And there's a steal by Barrow. He's going to take it all the way down, missed the shot. There's the follow, won't go. Wilmoth gets it back. He scores, and he's fouled. Jacoby Wilmoth as the Orphans run the floor. And what was an 8-point game a moment ago is now a 20-point game.
Yep.
In the blink of an eye.
Yep.
A 12-0 run here by the Orphans. Wilmoth misses the free throw. Mules have it.
Well, the Orphans got some steals at the half line, and that's killing them.
Mm-hmm. Blake Pruitt goes inside. Tried to get the pass in there to Zerlini. It was thrown a little bit too far and went out of bounds. It's a turnover back to the Orphans. But to answer your point, there was Zerlini trying to post up inside, which is where you thought he ought to be.
Exactly, and I believe if he could have brought that pass down, he would have scored. But
Yeah.
they let him just a little bit too much.
Mason Blakemore, Fleeman, and also Dobbs back in the game for the Orphans. 26 seconds left here in the third quarter. Fairfield coming in at 17-1, the Orphans 13-1. Orphans 10-0 in the South 7 Conference this year, including 2 extremely close games against Mount Vernon.
Yeah, one overtime.
Yeah. Mount Vernon had both those games won, but the Orphans found a way to win it. First one was blocked by Lane, but Wilmoth scores on the second effort. Orphans finish the quarter on a 14-0 run and go up by 22 here.
Yeah, they're getting behind them they're getting behind the defense.
Timeout on the court. It's the end of the third quarter, and we'll be back with the fourth quarter in just a moment. This broadcast is made possible by Barnard Soil Service, located in Wayne City, offering multiple services to the farming community, including crop input recommendations, custom application, field records, seed test plots, seed treatment, soil testing, and much more. Barnard Soil Service is located at 303 East Smith Street in Wayne City, and their phone number is 895-2116. Additional details available on the company website at barnards.com. Barnard Soil Service in Wayne City. Back here at Trout Arena, Randy Olson along with Ron Stannard, longtime basketball official, 30 years refereeing. In fact, you got to referee at 3 different state tournaments. Tell us about that experience and who are the teams that you got to referee
against? Well, my first year up there, of course, you're not familiar with it and you're nervous and stuff. And the first year up there was Hales Franciscan.
Oh, yeah.
Against Rockford Christian with a combined record of 60-0.
Oh, good grief. Man. So you were refereeing perfection then, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, no pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no pressure. Mules have the ball first to start this fourth quarter.
That's a memory. I was up there the year that Harrisburg won the
Zerlini with a jumper off the dribble. Maybe that'll get him going here. 6 points now for Landon. Orphans back in the front court. Here's Crew Walker. Try to dish it inside. It's saved. Who wants it? Mules lost it out of bounds. Couldn't find the handle there. Had the ball but couldn't secure it. Blakemore and Fleeman going to come back in for the Orphans, replacing Harlan and Tabor. Orphans won the freshman game. Mules won the JV game. And Orphans leading this one. Mules need some stops. They need to go on a 14-0 run of their own, don't they?
Yeah.
Which they're capable of doing, for sure. Blakemore. Over to Fleeman. And they throw it away.
Yeah. There's a start.
He zigged when he should have zagged. Mules will open their football season next Saturday on the road at Christopher. A lot of these same guys playing football for Coach Justin Townsend, who's sitting about 20 feet to our left here, watching this one live with us.
My guess is anybody that beats Fairfield this year will be an upset in football.
Landon Zerlini scores off dribble again, and he's fouled in the process. 2 straight buckets for Landon. Cuts the lead back to 18. Well, we said they could go on a 14-0 run of their own. They got 4 of the 14 so far back.
Yeah.
Landon with an and 1 free throw coming up here. Got it. Well, you know this Fairfield bunch isn't going to quit, that's for sure.
No.
3 straight Black Diamond Conference titles, undefeated conference titles for the Mules.
Is that right? All of them undefeated?
All of them undefeated.
That would be like 30 in a row then.
Yeah,
right?
pretty exciting, isn't it?
Wow.
They've done the same thing in football, too.
Yeah. And from the looks of their JV team today in basketball, they could be looking at that next year, too.
Keep it going. That's right.
There's a steal.
Yep, Zerlini with it. Oh, they fouled him. Otherwise, he was probably going to go.
That's a good foul.
Going to go flush that one. Should be the 1-and-1, I believe. Nope, 1 more foul. That's 6 team fouls on the Orphans. There's 7 on the Mules. All right, 6:09 left in the game. Mules have it. Looking for some more points. Long one by McElravy. Tickles the twine from behind the line. There you go.
That'll help.
Cuts it down to 14. Need another stop. There's Crew Walker.
Oh, man.
Well, that guy is
dagger.
Got a nice stroke, doesn't he? Hits that one from the right corner pocket. Here's Zerlini from the other end. Won't go. Landon has 9 on the game now. Mules are actually being led in scoring by McElravy with 12. As he had 3 good drives in a row there in the
third quarter.
Third quarter, right. Crew Walker in the corner again. Orphans are spreading it out.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. They spread them out.
Mm-hmm.
Eat some clock.
That and take you off the dribble. Mason Blakemore.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Offensive foul there on Blakemore. On the shove.
Yeah, I think he was okay on the rebound, but then he just like cleared out the defender.
Yeah. So we'll walk to the other end, and the Mules will go to the free throw line to shoot the 1 and bonus. It'll be Noah McElravy there. 6 seniors playing their final game for the Mules. McElravy being one of them as he buries that one. And got them both. $14 points for McElravy. Orphans in the front court again. There's Crew Walker. He pump fakes. Puts up the shot. Missed it. Somehow comes across, gets the rebound. Tries it from the other side. Missed it. They pursue the basketball, don't they? And they save it from going out of bounds. That's Crew Walker again. Here's Zerlini for 3. Missed it. Pruitt with the rebound. And he's going to be hammered. Blake Pruitt will go to the line for the Mules. Stops the clock with 4:35 to go in the game. And there's our mask timeout. So we'll be back at Trout Arena with more here in just a moment on AreaSports.net. Vaughn Equipment is a family-owned and operated business in Fairfield that's committed to providing quality equipment to the farm, construction, tractor-trailer, marine, and oil field industries. They feature a great selection of new and pre-owned trucks, trailers, farm equipment, construction equipment, and rental equipment. Their inventory changes weekly, and you can see it all in person or on their website. Whatever you're looking for to do the job right, Vaughn Equipment can help you. They're located at 1102 South 1st Street in Fairfield, or call 842-3500. Back here at Centralia, Randy Olson along with Ron Stannard. Yeah, it's been a short basketball season, 5.5 weeks, all coming to an end today.
Yeah, and
And what's so weird is not only did you not have a Centralia Holiday Tournament this year, but you didn't have an El Dorado Holiday Tournament, and you know, none of your traditional shootouts this year. Just kind of been weird, hasn't it?
Yeah, and that's another reason why some teams only played like 12, 13 games, and others managed to get in 18 or something in between. But
right. Yeah, Fairfield and Mount Vernon tried to get together for a game, but every time that they checked with each other, the dates that Mount Vernon was open, Fairfield already had a game.
Yeah.
So I just couldn't quite get together on that.
I mean, that makes sense. I think you commented Fairfield played as many or more games than anybody in Southern Illinois.
I don't know if anybody else played more games than Fairfield. They come in 17-1 here, so this is game number 19 for them. I don't know anybody else that played 19 games. So, great scheduling by Bobby Wells to put it together. Their athletic director. He's done a great job. Mount Vernon played 13 games.
Yeah, that's not many.
As they finished the season 10-3. Would love to have played more, but again, it was tough because there was also a lot of teams that wouldn't play them.
Right.
Too small. And then you had the whole travel thing with the IDPH. You couldn't go out of the region to play. Normally they would have played Effingham, but they couldn't. They had a game scheduled with Lawrenceville. They had to cancel because the distance was too far, according to IDPH. So, again, it was a little tougher to schedule games this year. It was great that they got to play Nashville, though. That was fun to see.
That was different. But, they probably couldn't play any of the Southwest Conference schools.
No, because they were over in that other region, too far away. Mules came with a trap that time and had the Orphans on their heels and knocked the ball out of bounds. Centralia will control it here. It's a 13-point game. You're back to that situation where the Mules just got to get it down to single digits if they can. Here's the pass to Wilmoth. Crew Walker in the corner again. Had it down to 8 points once, and then Centralia went on a 14-0 run.
Yeah, there was a timeout called, and they come out and went on that 14-0 run.
Yeah. Got it back down to 13 now. Need another stop. There's a double team. Can't get it back. Orphans playing keep away as Fleeman.
Centralia is hard to double team because they find that open man.
Yeah. Yeah, they move the ball really quickly. And that's why you don't want to be behind in the fourth quarter against Centralia Orphans. They will run the clock on you. And then when you put them to the line, they generally are very good free throw shooters. And Corey Fleeman will test that right now as he goes to the line.
They're so good at it because basically they're running clock against you from the time the game starts.
Yeah.
That's their offense.
Yeah, you're right. And it's good on the first free throw. Timeout on the court. Take timeout as well and be back with more in just a moment.
The difference between profit and loss is razor thin in today's market. Luckily, your GSI dealer is there to help you stay in the black. Capturing futures carry and improving your basis with increased on-farm storage on average could earn a 50-cent per bushel difference. Taking advantage of early harvest and saving with on-farm drying makes a profitability difference. Proven and dependable grain systems that boost your bottom line, that's the GSI difference.
Renshaw Title and Abstract has been purchased by Olson & Reeves, attorneys at law, and has reopened under its new name, Mount Vernon Title Company. Through the resources of Olson & Reeves, Mount Vernon Title Company offers title insurance and title examinations for residential and commercial properties, as well as deed preparation, closing, signings, and escrow services. If you're involved in a real estate transaction, depend on Mount Vernon Title Company at 1015 Broadway, downtown Mount Vernon. You can call them at 316-7322. That's 316-7322. As we come back to live action here in Centralia, it'll be Corey Fleeman at the line for the Orphans. 3:19 left in the game. Left in the season, in fact.
Yeah.
Fleeman's short on the free throw that time. Oh, Mules throw it away. Had an opportunity, but threw it away. Crew Walker has it. There's a trap. And they're going to put it in the ice box again. Mules trying to trap. Tabor with it. Throws it over to Fleeman. Inside it goes to Wilmoth. He's got an easy shot. Missed it. Missed the bunny. Pruitt with the rebound. Throws it ahead to Zerlini. Zerlini trying to back his man down, turns around, puts up the shot, missed it. Orphans on the glass, and they say it's off the Mules, off McElravy. Boy, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I think
that's a tough one.
Went the other way.
You had 3 white jerseys there. I know Coach Townsend doesn't agree with that. Next to us. I agree with him. There's a shot made by Tabor and a foul on the Mules. They got it down there quickly that time. So Tabor scores, and he'll have the and one. 2:32 left. Kobe Wilmoth with 19 points for the Orphans. Here's Massey with a 3. It won't go. Orphans going to put it back in the icebox again. Tabor. Mules chasing. Fleeman down to Wilmoth. He's got it off the glass. 21 from Wilmoth. And did I say he was just a sophomore? I think I mentioned that a time or two, didn't I? Yeah, I'll be watching him for a couple more years. How much better will he get?
Yeah.
Zerlini misses on the shot. In the ball game for the Orphans is Justin Glenn.
Yeah, I think there's some coaches in Southern Illinois be happy to see him move to town.
Mm-hmm. Probably so. Probably so. Might give up a couple draft picks for him too. Huh? Timeout on the floor. Back with more in just a moment.
Do your best friend a favor. Take them to Jaggers Doggy Daycare in Mount Vernon. One stop for dog boarding. Don't leave them home alone or trust them with someone you don't even trust. Pamper them with the Doggy Daycare. They do grooming, training, and your doggy will love the sweet treats dog barkery. Bakery. Spoiling your pooch 7 days a week. Jaggers Doggy Daycare. Dog grooming, training, and boarding. 414 Main Street in Mount Vernon. Find them on Facebook or at jaggersdoggydaycare.com.
Back here at Centralia, yep, the season coming to a close here, 1:44 left. Again, the Mules will begin their football season on the road at Christopher next Saturday. Girls will begin their volleyball season on Tuesday on the road at Johnson City. They'll be at home against Mount Carmel on Wednesday and home against Hamilton County on Thursday. Don't have the Orphans football schedule in front of me. Here's a long pass by Crew Walker, and again, an easy layup, and that's 3 times that Centralia has gotten deep.
Yeah, they're running
on the Mules.
That same play on when they got length of the floor to go.
Mm-hmm. Scored on 2 of the 3, as a matter of fact. Here's Zerlini with a long 3. It's short. Rebound by Justin Glenn. Corey Fleeman. Here's a drive baseline, and off the glass, it's good by Eli Barrow. Matches the largest lead of the game for the Orphans. Another rebound. It's Will Pryor with the rebound after the missed shot there by McElravy. 62 seconds to play.
He may have just fouled out.
I think he did. Noah McElravy just fouled out of the game. The coach's son gives dad a hug. And checking in is Camden Robbins. Good game for McElravy. I know he's disappointed, but Centralia going to start substituting for their seniors. Carson True is going to come in for Will Pryor.
Yeah.
They're going to substitute for all these seniors. Crew Walker's another senior at the line. They'll probably substitute for him here in a second. See, he buries a free throw. Colin Massey gets substituted for by McGuire Taylor. And Dylan Best is going to go in the game for the Mules. He's going to replace Brandon Lane, another senior who will wrap up his career. Also getting hugs from the coaches. And Noah Barger going to check into the game, replacing Landon Zerlini. All 5 starters for the Mules, seniors.
That's tough when you got to say goodbye to those guys.
Yeah. They've had a good season. They've had a lot of fun. This one didn't go the way they wanted it to, but again, tough situation today. Good opponent. Not an easy place to play, and you're pretty tired too with all the games that have been played this week. Shot was missed by the Mules, a rebound by the Orphans. One more senior on the Mules is out there, Lucas Halbert. He's the 6th senior on the squad. He is in the game right now, number 5. Has the ball right now, as a matter of fact. Puts one up, missed it. Rebound by Tabor. 21 seconds left. Pass down underneath. Shot is missed in there by Uribe. Halbert has it again. We got 9 seconds left. McGuire Taylor, I think, is just going to hold on to the basketball. Halbert puts one up, and that's the ball game. Final score, 60-36. The Orphans win it over the Mules. Game really was much closer than what the final score would indicate. That's actually the largest lead of the game for the Orphans that comes at the end, 24 points. Mules had gotten it down to an 8-point game, but just couldn't get over the hump. Good shooting by the Orphans today, good defense. They out-rebounded the Mules as well. And they are tough in this building, there's no question about it. Ron is working on our post-game stats. We're going to come back and share those with you and wrap it up here for you in just a moment, live on AreaSports.net. So stay with us. If you're looking for a weekend getaway or a unique vacation out in the wilderness and in a rustic environment, you need to try the Cedar Hill River Cabins. Located along the Ohio River just 5 miles from Elizabethtown, it's a great escape with nature and yet all the comforts of home. The Cedar Hill River Cabins, you got to see them for yourselves. There's 7 different cabins to choose from and everything you need to have a wonderful getaway. Find out more information by going on their website at cedarhillrivercabins.com.
Whether you're being cautious by staying close to home or life has just been a little too busy, you can still take advantage of the unique products and services we've designed with you in mind. You can now open and apply for a variety of checking accounts online and receive the benefits that come along with them, including high interest or cash back with a Moolah account, protection beyond your bank account with Secure Plus, online and mobile banking, and local customer and community service. Simply visit us at fnbcommunitybank.com. FNB, Banking Business Life. Member FDIC.
Do you enjoy local sports talk? Well, then you don't want to miss the Sports Couch every Saturday morning at 8:30 on Super Hits AM 1210 and AreaSports.net. The Sports Couch is 90 minutes of great local sports talk where we visit with area coaches and other local media covering the sports in our area. You never know who's going to be on the couch. So join us for the Sports Couch Saturday morning at 8:30 on Super Hits AM 1210 and on AreaSports.net. Well, we did not have a Sports Couch show this morning because we had to be up here so early to get ready for the 12 noon start, so we did not have a Sports Couch today, but we look to get back at it at 8:30 next Saturday morning. We'll probably be talking some football and some volleyball, and may still talk to some of these basketball coaches, too, to kind of wrap up the season. And speaking of wrapping things up, Ron, what do you got for us here on the stacks for this one?
Okay, for the Orphans, got 2 players in double figures, led by sophomore Colby Wilmoth with 21 points. Crew Walker had 17, so those are your 2 double-figure scorers. Eli Barrow had a field goal for 2. Mason Blakemore had 5 points. Corey Fleeman with 4. Ethan Hobbs had 3. Davin Tabor had 6 points, and Justin Glenn with a field goal for 2 points. For Fairfield, they had 5 players break the scoring column, and they were led by senior coach's son, Noah McElravy, with 12. Colin Massey had 5 points. Blake Pruitt had 6, all from the free throw line. He was 6 out of 7 from the free throw line. Landon Zerlini ends his basketball career with 9 points. Camden Robbins had 2. I'm missing a field goal somewhere from Fairfield, so I don't know where that goes. But
all
that's the only
right.
thing.
You know, coming into the game and talking to Coach McElravy a week or two ago when they were first starting to look at film and start to game plan and stuff for Centralia, you know, he had said that they'd hoped to slow down Kobe Wilmoth and slow down Mason Blakemore, and mission accomplished on Blakemore. I mean, they slowed him down, held him to 5 points, but couldn't slow down or stop Kobe Wilmoth, and a lot of teams have had that same problem this year. The Rams had problems with Wilmoth too. He gets 21 today to lead the Orphans, and then Crew Walker, his outside shooting today was just killer. He hit some daggers, didn't he?
He shot the ball really well, and you figure Wilmoth's going to get his points.
Yeah.
Crew Walker's the one maybe got away from him.
Mm-hmm.
Wilmoth, his game's inside and outside, so
Right.
I mean you got to stop it all because he can go outside on you or he can post you up.
Yeah, and at 6'6", he can do a lot of things, and you're going to see him for 2 more years. So yeah. Well, hey, that's going to wrap up our basketball season. It's hard to believe. We want to thank, again, our sponsors for helping to make it possible to help pay for all the things that we have to do, the bandwidth, the streaming contract with the provider, the website, all that different stuff. That costs money, and we're able to cover that, so we appreciate that. Also, thanks to the schools that have allowed us to come in. Thankful for those schools who didn't sign up for the NFHS debacle, as it turned out to be this year, the robot cameras, which most schools who did sign up for that probably wish they didn't at this point, but I don't know if they can get out of those contracts or not.
No commentary on that, right?
Yeah, 5-year contracts. There's a few of them that have commentary,
really?
But not too many. Yeah. And, thanks to the facilities that have allowed us to come in, like I said, the administration, the athletic directors, particularly here at Centralia, allowing us to come in the first time in 10 years, I think we've been up here. And we do appreciate that very much, and it doesn't go unnoticed, believe me. And we'd like to come back and do some more here sometime. We always used to come here and do stuff from the tournament years ago, but I haven't been able to do that in recent years. And thanks to people like you for sitting in with me along the way during the season.
Thanks for having me.
We hope to do some more next year.
Yeah.
And all the other guys that have stepped up and done the color commentary and stats and stuff with us this year. It's been fun. And thanks to Danny and Billy and everything that they've done on the sister website, foxesfans.net. And we've done a lot of basketball between us all this year. In a 5.5 week period, it's been a bunch of games.
I think I heard or read that McLeansboro doesn't. They bring all their team back, the boys varsity team?
They do not have a single senior on that team.
That's what I thought.
That entire team will be back, and that's the first winning team for the Foxes in a number of years, and they will have everybody back next year.
That's good.
But this Mules team won't be bad either, because that JV team went undefeated, and so they'll all be back, and they'll be hungry. And
they'll be right there in that Black Diamond Conference
this
year, and probably a top 4 seed in the El Dorado Holiday Tournament.
Yeah. But again, that's going to wrap things up here from Centralia at Trout Arena. And again, Ron, thanks for being along with us today. It's been fun to get your insight.
Enjoyed it.
We'd love to hear even more stories about the refereeing days. 30 years that you did it.
I got plenty of them.
Oh, I know you do. We would have to do a lot more games so we can tell more stories.
There you go.
That's right. So for Ron Stannard, this is Randy Olson. Hope you enjoyed the game despite the loss if you're a Mules fan. Orphan fans, I know you were ecstatic to wrap it up on a winning note as the Orphans finished the season at 14-1 and the Mules finished the season at 17-2. And so long from